Hi there, this is Chris from Bluther Magic. Firstly, I'd like to thank you for purchasing Infinity Watch version 3. Thank you for your support. 4 years ago, we released the second generation of Infinity Watch. It was a big shock on the market. However, we didn't stop there. We want to take our product to the next level. So over the past 4 years, we never stopped on keep investing, testing, and improving our products. And finally, we're here. So you guys may be aware that there are some similar products on the market. So one of the main differences between our watch and other similar products is that Infinity Watch is a fully functioning watch. It has a functional crown that you can use to change time and can be examined before and after the routine. So we've invested numerous time and resources into this little change because we all know that a quasi-watch is something really complex. It's really hard to describe the complexity of a quasi-watch within just a few words. And when we first mentioned the idea of having a functional crown on the watch, all the factory thought we were crazy. They thought it was an insane idea that it's impossible to achieve. However, we're glad that we insisted on keeping this little change onto our product and to bring you the most perfect product to the market. So now I'm pretty sure you're all excited about this little baby. So without further ado, please allow me to walk you through everything you need to know about Infinity Watch version 3. Thank you. Alright, firstly, please allow me to walk you through what you will receive in the box. So when you open the package, you'll see an envelope. And inside the envelope, you'll find an instruction booklet where you can find some basic information about our product and 5 special design cards for one of the routine. And when you lift up the foil, you will first see our beautiful watch in the middle. There are 3 things in the box: a USB charging cable, the product, and the remote control. Our product comes with 2 versions, a wristwatch version and a pocket watch version. It really depends on which version you bought. The remote control also comes with 2 versions, the keypad version and the pen version. It also depends on which version you chose. And that's everything you need to know about the package. Thank you. And now I'm pretty sure you're all excited to play with our product. So please allow me to give you a quick guide to walk you through the basic information of our watch. Right now, let's talk about the remote control. There's a foil on the remote control. If you want it, you can always take it off. On the bottom of the remote control, you will see an on and off switch and a USB port. If you switch it on, you will first see it states the battery level 99%. By the way, 99% means fully charged instead of 100%. Okay, just keep that in mind. So now let's talk about the buttons. There are 12 buttons on the remote control. 10 of them are sticked more than the bottom 2. This is designed on purpose, so when you input the number in your pocket, you won't mess up with the orientation. So now let's talk about each button. From top to down, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. The one on the bottom left corner is for entering sleep mode or shut off the screen. Notice it doesn't shut off the remote control. It will only shut off the screen for the power saving purpose. The one on the bottom right corner is for canceling entry. For example, we input 08 and it was a mistake, and if you click here, it will cancel the entry. Okay? And one thing to keep in mind that you can only input 0, 1, or 2 for the first digit. Because think about it, no matter if you use 12-hour clock or 24-hour clock, it will only start with 0, 1, or 2. So for example, we say 8:45. You can either enter 0, 8, 4, 5 as 12-hour clock or 20:45 as 24-hour clock. You cannot enter 8:45. It won't work. After you enter the first digit, and if you don't complete the entry within 10 seconds, the content will be cleared automatically, just like this. And if you purchase the pen version, it's pretty much the same with the keypad version, with only a few differences. Let me walk you through. So it is a real pen, firstly, and you're going to twist the cap to open it. And the buttons from right to left, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. And if you want to turn on the remote control, you're going to hold 9 for a few seconds, and you should be able to see a screen at the back of the pen. And if you want to charge the pen, you're going to pop the back open, and here you will find a USB port for charging. Now let's talk about how to pair up your watch with the remote control. So firstly, you're going to switch on the remote control. When it states searching, which means the remote control is ready to pair. So firstly, you're going to leave the watch face up for 2 seconds. Then you're going to leave it face down for another 2 to 3 seconds. After 3 short vibrations, the watch is now paired up with the remote control. And it will first display the battery level of the watch and then the current time. So now let's talk about the crown time, which is also known as the default time. A lot of people messed up with it, the trick won't work, okay? So make sure you pay extra attention to the following guide to fully understand the concept behind the default time, the crown time. Now you've noticed that the time on the screen does not match with the time on the watch. No big deal. Let me show you how to adjust that. You're going to pop out the crown and you change it, the time on the watch, to the exact 12 o'clock. Now the time on the display matches with the watch. And one thing to keep in mind that you have to stick it in the crown at the exact 12 o'clock. Because if you do it at the other time, let's say here, it will still display the 12 o'clock. This is because the 12 o'clock is our default time, which is also known as the crown time, okay? And it can be changed. And let me show you how to do that. You're gonna first hold the bottom right corner to enter the setting mode, then hold digit 4. Now enter the crown. And let's say we want to change the crown time to 9 o'clock. We're gonna input 0, 9, 0, 0. And now the default time, or the crown time, has switched to 9 o'clock. So next time when you perform, you're going to change the time to the exact 9 o'clock instead of 12. And this is really important, so make sure you understand the concept of the crown time. And now let's talk about how to disconnect your device. So firstly, you're going to turn off the remote control and leave the watch for 30 seconds. Okay. However, if you turn on the remote control within these 30 seconds, it will reconnect the watch automatically. So make sure you leave it alone for 30 seconds. And one thing to keep in mind is that due to the type of battery we use, there's a chance that the display may not be accurate after an extensive use. The battery level on the display may show less than the watch actually has. However, it should be normal again after you reconnect the device. And that's pretty much about the quick start. Thank you. Okay, I got a regular quasi watch here. Can be changed, time can be changed, and please help me to examine it.
Okay.
It's pretty normal, right? Okay, now I'm going to set a time on the watch. I'm not going to tell you why just yet. And I'm going to leave it face down. Okay, now spectator, I want you to picture a watch in your mind, okay? And in that drawing, I want you to picture the exact time on that watch. So to make it easier, I want you to start with the hour. So 1 to 12, I want you to name a number between 1 to 12. Think about the time.
How about 6?
How about 6? Okay. That's a pretty good guess, I think. And now let's move to minutes to make a complete time. Now, you know there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, right? So 1 to 60, I want you to name your favorite number of it.
25.
25, that's a very interesting guess. You know why I asked you to picture a watch in your mind? Because that's actually from my dream this morning. And I had a dream and the time on the watch was so accurate, so I just cannot forget about it. You just named 6:25, right? What if the time I just said is also 6:25?
It's impossible.
It's impossible, right? Great answer. Take a look yourself.
Wow.
Wow, exactly 6:25. Thank you. So here is the explanation for the basic routine. We're going to use Model 1 for this routine. And now here's the settings for this routine. So firstly, we're going to pair up with the watch. Okay, so turn on the remote control. Leave the watch face up for 2 seconds and face down. And now the watch is paired up with the remote control. During my performance, I have the pocket watch hide in my pocket. Okay. However, for the explanation purpose, we're going to leave it on the table. Okay. So now we're ready to perform. So firstly, you're going to hand out the watch to your spectator for the examination. They can change to anything because it can be fully examined. Okay. Now ask them to give you the watch back. So for now, you're going to say something like, okay, I'm going to set the time to my favorite time, all right? Of course, you don't really set it to your favorite time. You're going to set it to the crown time, the default time, remember? So right now, the watch time matches with the remote control. Okay, now let me show you how it works, okay? So for example, they name a time, let's say 3:25. So we're going to input 15. Now you see, after we enter the 3, which in this case is 15, the hour hand starts to moving already, right? And arrives at 3, because you haven't finished the input. Then we input the minutes, 25. And after the long vibration, you know the hands has already arrived at its destination. That's how the watch works, okay? So you've noticed it takes time for the hand to move to its destination. Especially if they name something like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, it takes a long time. So to avoid that problem, we're going to have them to name hour first, because we've realized that the hour hand will move first, okay? So during the performance, after you set to the default time, let's do it again, 12 p.m. After set this time, you're going to leave the watch face down on the table or in your spectator's hands and say, I'm not going to touch it at this point. Okay? So now, get ready with the pocket in your pocket. Get ready with the remote control. Ask the time. You're going to have them to name their favorite time. However, you're going to ask them to name the hour first. So for example, they say 8. And we're going to input 0, 8, or 20. Okay? So we're going to input 0, 8. Now the hand should start moving already, see? We're going to leave it face up for explanation purpose. So now you're going to ask them to name the time, the minutes. So you can say something like, okay, you know, there are 16 minutes in 1 hour, and 1 is your favorite minute. Or what's your favorite number between 1 to 16? So let's say they say 35. Then you finish the input with 3, 5. After vibration, you know the watch is ready to review. So this is the method to kill some time so you don't have to wait for the final review. So if you think that's not enough, here's some extra ideas you can use. You can always say something like, you want to change your mind, you sure that's your favorite time, stuff like that, right? And you don't have to use time, right? You can ask them about a date. For example, July 14th. You're going to input 0714, right? Then you can ask them something like, why that's your special date, why you named that date, is it your birthday, stuff like that to kill some time. And yeah, that's pretty much it about the basic routine. Thank you. All right, Rina, let's do something interesting with you. Firstly, please help me to examine the watch.
Examine the watch.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
No problem, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's do a little test, okay? I want you to take a guess of my lunch time. I just had my lunch a few hours ago, and it's around 12 p.m. I'm gonna set my lunch time here. So now, could you please take a guess?
11:30.
11:30. Wow, that's actually a pretty accurate guess. And I just had my lunch there. 11:30.
Yeah, 11.
Wow, exactly 11:30.
Wow.
Take a look.
Okay.
Keep the watch as a souvenir
Really?
this time, yes.
Thank you.
And I will take this.
No, it's mine.
All right. So here is the explanation for the basic routine 2. So in this routine, it's pretty much the same as the first routine in terms of the settings and the preparation. The only difference is that I give a range to our spectator because, the hand can take up to 27 seconds to arrive its destination. So if you force the range to our spectator, it won't take that long. So during my performance, I use lunchtime. We all know lunchtime is around 11 to 1. So if our default time is at 12, it will arrive to its destination in just a few seconds before the final review. We're gonna ask your spectator to guess our lunchtime, right? Because my default time is 12 p.m. and the lunchtime is between 11 to 1. So no matter what kind of time they name, it's gonna around this range, so it won't take long for the final review. So for example, during my performance, I used lunchtime, so I first set to the default time, and they say like 12:45, right? We're gonna input 1, 2, 4, 5. See, it will only take a few seconds to arrive its destination during the final review. And if they name something like 11:10, it doesn't really matter. Let's do it again. So default time, they name 11:10. 11:10. You see the watch will move counterclockwise. This is because the watch is so smart and it can choose the fastest way to arrive to its destination. Okay, and you don't have to use lunchtime, of course. You can let them take a guess of your breakfast time, and to do that, you want to change our cron time to 9, right? Because we all know the breakfast is around 8 to 10. So to do that, you're going to hold the bottom right corner button into setting, then you hold 4. Now you change the cron time to 0900, 9 o'clock. Now when you perform, you're going to set the time to 9. And you're going to have them to take a guess when is your breakfast time. And if they say something like 10:20, sure, 10, 20, 10:20, and it won't take long to its destination. And that is the basic explanation for the second routine. Like I mentioned before, it doesn't have to be your lunchtime nor breakfast time. It's really up to you. You could ask them to take a guess of anything. All you need is just to give a range to our spectator. For example, if the cron time or the default time you've set is at 9 a.m., you could also ask them to take a guess of when did you wake up today, or when did you do your morning exercise today, right? And if your default time is like mine at 12 p.m., you could also ask them to take a guess when did you go to bed last night, right? So yeah, it's really up to you, and open your mind. Thank you. All right, I've made a prediction here, and a regular watch. You can twist it clockwise or counterclockwise, just like this. Do you want to try it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
To face down. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can start whenever you want. Okay, you want to twist it a little bit more, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah, it's really up to you.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So like I mentioned before, the prediction is always here, and we never touch it. And the prediction time is 2:30. Yes, 2:30. Now let's take a look at the watch. What should match with the prediction? Exactly 2:30. Thank you. So now for the prediction routine, there are two methods to achieve the result. So one with the use of the remote control and one without the use of the remote control. So now please allow me to walk you through everything you need to know about these two methods. So now is the explanation for the remoteless version of the prediction routine. So however, you do need the remote control to set up the prediction time, okay? How do you do that? You're gonna first pair up with the watch. You guys should be familiar with this already, yeah? So to set up the prediction time, oh, by the way, prediction time is different from cron time, okay? This is really, really important. Don't mess up with those two things. To set up the prediction time, you're gonna long hold the bottom right corner, then into setting, then hold 3. Now it stays offline, right? Which means it's ready to set up the prediction time. In this case, we're gonna use 2:30 as our prediction time. And now your prediction time is already set up, you're ready to perform. You do not need the remote control anymore, leave it away. And I'm gonna leave the watch for 30 seconds to turn it off, okay? So during this time, we're gonna write down the prediction on the card. So 2:30. Sorry for the bad drawing, but you should be able to understand what I'm trying to say, right? All right. Wait for joy. And there. And how do you double check the watch? Make sure it's the offline mode. So all you do is turn on the remote control. If it doesn't match, it doesn't state the better level of the watch, that means the watch is now offline, okay? It stays searching. So now you're ready to perform the routine. Firstly, please allow me to show you how it works. So during the performance, you're gonna set the time, or I should say, if we set the time at our default time, in this case is 12 p.m., and we turn it face down within 10 seconds, and we wait for another 8 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I turn it face up, you see the hand starts to moving already, right? What a magical moment. However, you do not want your spectator to see this, right? That's why we have the 8 seconds protection time. So now you know how it works. And now I will show you the whole performance process. So firstly, you're gonna have them to examine the watch just like before. And then you're gonna take it back and set it to the cron time, to the default time. Now you're gonna secretly input the cron, okay, without anyone notice. So to do this, you're gonna need a little bit of misdirection. So you can go something like, can I borrow your hand? At the same time, you're gonna push it in with your middle finger at the exact cron time. This is really important, because if you don't push it in the exact cron time, the trick won't work, all right? So push it in. Now turn it face down within 10 seconds. And now you're gonna have their hand to help you to turn the cron and set up to a random time, right? And do not worry that if they realize that the pin is already sticked in. I performed 100 times, nobody realized it because they're not Watch Pro, okay? And once they've done that, it should be 8 seconds already. And if you think the time is too short, you can always say something like, well, you sure you stop there? You sure you don't want to do a little bit more, right? Okay. Let's say they stop right there. And make sure the watch is, yeah. Then you leave it face down. Now you can introduce the envelope and say, okay, I have the prediction in it. States 2:30 and show the watch. Boom. Matches with the prediction, 2:30. And here are some extra add-ups for the version 1 of the prediction routine. So firstly, you may realize the operation is super complex. This is because we want to avoid the spectator's examination at any point during the performance. And secondly, if you don't want to wait too long for the final review, you can always shorten the range between your default time and the prediction time. So for example, my default time is 12 p.m., my prediction time is 2:30. It will only take around 6 seconds to arrive to its destination. However, that's just my style, and the range can be changed by you completely. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you. All right, so now let's talk about the second version of the prediction routine. So firstly, you're gonna change it to mode 2, okay? So you're gonna long hold the bottom left corner button. Now we're into mode 2. Now we're gonna set the prediction time for mode 2. So long hold the bottom right corner button into setting, then long hold 5 here to set up the prediction time. So in this case, we're just gonna use 3 o'clock, all right? So 0300, there we go. Now we're gonna draw 3 on the card. Right? 0300. And seal the envelope. So for this routine, firstly, let me show you how it works. So basically, you're going to have your spectator to turn the crown, and this time they're really turning the crown, okay? Although they're doing a face up, face down, but it's really turning the crown. And they stop at a random time. Let's say they stop at here. Then when you take it back from spectator, you're going to take a peek of the time. Or it's not really a peek, just look at the time. Then you're going to pretend it matches with the prediction. Of course it's not, but you're going to pretend it does, okay? Leave it face down, then you're going to secretly enter 2:15, 0, 2, 1, 5. This is all down in your pocket, right? And once you've done that, you see the hand already moved to the 3 p.m. Okay? So now, let me walk you through how to perform this. So firstly, you're going to set the watch somewhere around your prediction time, okay? This is because when you ask the spectator to turn the crown, when they turn the crown, it will end up at somewhere near the prediction time, okay? So firstly, ask them examine it, then ask them to turn the crown, ask them to push it in yourself, okay? Then you're gonna take it back from spectator, then you're gonna look at the time. So in this case, it's 2 p.m., right? Then you're going to pretend, wow, that's actually a pretty accurate guess, right? 2 p.m. Then you're going to leave it face down. At the same time, you're going to input 0200 in your pocket. So 0200, which is the current time. Now, after you've done that, the hand should arrive at the destination after the vibration of the remote control. So you show the envelope with the prediction. Then you're turning it face up to show the prediction matches exactly with the watch. So here are a little tip that you can use for the version 2 prediction routine. So some of you may realize that sometimes it takes too long for their current time to arrive to the destination, which is the prediction time. So here, for the prediction, we can use a tape to stick it, just like this. And then when you hand out the prediction to a spectator, and when you ask them to open the prediction, it takes time to peel off the tape, which saves some time for the watch, for the hands to arrive at the destination. And that's just a little tip that you can use for the version 2. Hi there, I'm Chris. What's your name?
My name is Rina.
Rina, okay, so Rina, nice to meet you. Do you believe in destiny?
Destiny? Maybe yes.
Maybe yes, maybe we can do a little test, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna use my watch here. And please help me to examine it, make sure it's normal. No problem. No problem. Perfect. So we're gonna have a random time selected. Yeah, maybe have you to turn the crown, and maybe we'll get a random time selected. Yes. You can stop at any time you want. Right here? You sure?
Right here. I'm sure.
Pretty sure? Okay,
Pretty
perfect.
sure.
Okay, I'm going to turn my face away, and when I do, I want you to take a look at the time yourself, then show it to the camera. Okay?
Okay, no problem.
Perfect. When you finish, just let me know. We good?
Okay.
Oh, we good? Oh, I'm turning back. Okay, perfect. So, Rina, I'm gonna try to read your mind. Okay? So please open your eyes, wide open, wide open. Perfect. Let me dive into your eyes. Okay. I think that's pretty accurate. Okay, minutes. All right, Rina, for the very first time, please tell me what's the time on the watch?
It's 2:35.
Oh, really? 2:35? Then I think I made
2:35.
an accurate guess. Exactly 2:35.
Amazing.
Thank you, thank you. Continue. All right. All right. So, Reina, that was my ability. So, if there's really destiny exists, I want you to take a guess of my favorite time. Okay? Yes. You want to take a try? Yeah?
Yes.
All right. So, firstly, I'm going to set my favorite time on the watch. Of course, I'm not going to let you see it. It's my little secret. All right. There. So, Reina, I want you to name any time. What do you think is my favorite time?
Your favorite times maybe is 8 p.m.
Exactly
8.
8 p.m.?
Yes.
Well, it can be accurate to minutes.
Minutes.
Yes.
8:20.
8:20?
Yeah.
So like 2020, right? Okay. I think that's a pretty accurate guess. So firstly, I'm going to have you to write down the time on the...
Right there.
yeah, and maybe do a little drawing just like I did.
Uh-huh.
Okay, 0820, right?
20, yeah.
Yes,
20.
2020. Perfect, perfect. I think you made an accurate guess. We've been knowing each other for just 1 minute, and I think you know me pretty well because my favorite time is exactly 8:20. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. Take a look.
Okay.
And of course, you can keep the cards as a souvenir.
Okay, thank you.
So hi, this is my favorite routine of all time, okay? So this is a two-way mind reading effect. Some of you may realize that it's a combination of a remoteless prediction routine and the guess my time routine. However, there's a little bit difference. Under the presentation of this routine, it's more like mind reading effect instead of the prediction, okay? So choose the one you like, and I can't wait to share with you. Thank you. So here is the explanation for my favorite routine. So under this routine, the setup is pretty much the same as the remoteless control, okay, the first half. So firstly, you're going to have the spectator to examine the watch as much as they want. Then, when they give it back to you, you're going to set it to your default time. So in this case, it's 12 p.m. Now we're going to borrow their hands, and at the same time, you're going to push it in secretly, right? Remember? Now ask them to turn the crown as much as they want. Yeah, they can stop at any time they want, maybe right there, and ask them to leave the watch face down. And now you're going to do a secret move. So firstly, you're going to ask your spectator to turn the watch and ask them to remember the time, then show it around to other people. And then you're going to tell them you're going to turn it face away. And when you turn your face away, you're going to secretly turn on this remote control. Okay? This is to get ready for the second half of the routine. So let's try that now. Right, show it around. At the same time, you're going to turn on the remote control in your pocket. Okay? This is done secretly. That's really important. So when they give it back to you, the watch should be face down right now, right? But for the explanation purpose, we're just going to leave it here. You're going to pretend you're going to read their mind, right? 2:30. So we're just going to draw 2:30. 0, 2, 3, 0. Pretend you read your mind and review the watch, and they match perfectly. And that is the first half of the routine. Now, for the second half, firstly, you're going to ask them to test them to read your mind, and now you can turn the watch face down. So because it was face up for 2 more seconds, now it's face down, so the watch is now paired up with the watch. The remote control is paired up with the watch, and the remote control will vibrate for a few short seconds. You should feel that in your pocket. Once you feel the vibration, you know everything's ready to perform the second half of the routine. Now, everything the same. You're going to set up your favorite time. Of course, that's your default time. Then you're going to leave the watch on the table. Ask your spectator to name any time. Please name any time.
1:30.
1:30, right? So give the prediction card, give the white card and the pen to the spectator. Ask them to draw the time on the card. And at the same time, you're going to secretly input 0130 in your pocket. And of course, it takes a while for them to draw the time. So the watch should be ready to reveal once they finish the drawing. So once they finish the drawing, you're going to review the watch and show the prediction exactly matches with the watch. And that is the two-way mind reading effect. Thank you. And here is a back in time routine for Model 3. And under this routine, you're going to have your spectator to name a time before the current time. Okay? For example, you can say something like, when did you have your breakfast? So in this case, let's say this says something like 6:45. So we're going to enter 06:45. Let's say the remote control is in your pocket. So once you enter the time, you're going to feel a short vibration. Then you snap your finger, you see the hands start to move reversely, just like back in time. So this is a little feature that you can combine with other routines, for example, hopping halves. And of course, the vibration time and the delay between the vibration and the time you set can be changed. And this is how to do it. You're going to hold the bottom left corner button. Bottom right corner, into setting mode. Then you're going to hold 9. Now here it says delay. Let's say I want a 10 seconds of delay. We input 10. Now let's do this one more time. Let's say they name a time like 5:45. I'm going to input 05:45, just like that. And after 10 seconds, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You should feel a short vibration. And after 2 seconds, the thing will start to move backwards to the destination. So during those 2 seconds, you can snap your finger or do whatever you want. Yeah, just your imagination is the limitation. So enjoy. So now let's talk about how to pair up the watch with the new remote control. So let's say in case you lost your remote control, after you purchase a new one, it won't connect to the watch like it used to do, okay? You have to do some special settings. Let me walk you through with that. So firstly, you're gonna long hold the bottom right corner button into setting, then long hold the bottom left corner button into pairing, then turn it face down for 2 seconds. And now it states watch power, and now the watch is successfully connected with the remote control. And that is how you do that. So now let's talk about how to replace a new battery. So firstly, if you have the professional tools, you can do like I do, as I do, okay? So firstly, you're gonna pop out the back open. Here you will first see a film. The film is really, really important, okay? Do not lose it, because if you don't have the film at the back, it may damage the circuit, okay? So we pop the film open. On the other side is the battery. Check it out. We use CR3032, okay? Just let's say get a new battery here. We place it back. Make sure the orientation is right, okay? The positive side is up. Then you're gonna pop the film back. Oops, let's do that one more time. It's a bit difficult, so. There we go. All right, then the cover back on. We'll use the tool to help you. Now you're ready to go. So one thing to keep in mind, although the watch is waterproof, you have to make sure the back cover is on securely after replacing the battery, okay? And another thing you need to keep in mind is that the watch is sensitive to magnet. So you should keep it away from magnetized objects. For example, computers, audio speakers, or AirPods, stuff like that. However, if it gets magnetized by accident, do not worry about it. Go find a metal and put the watch on the metal, and it should be back to normal after a while. You can also go to any professional watch shops around your house and have them to help you to demagnetize the watch. So yes, that's pretty much about the watch.